evening, my viewers. Welcome to the SE Impact Show with your girl SE. And today, subscribe so that we continue growing this forum, so that we may talk about this topic. And as we did last time, it's our second episode of depression and mental health awareness. I'm going to take you back to history just a bit. So, we are talking about the Second World War II. This is the time that approximately more than 70 million people died, but there is one prominent pastor. His name is Martin Nomla, and he will forever be remembered. This is because of his post-war words. He emerged as one of the most public foes of Adolf Hitler, and actually he spent the last 7 years of the Nazi rule in the concentration camp. His post-war words: he felt that Germans were complicit in silence when there were persecution, there were imprisonments, and the massacre of all these millions of people. And they did not speak. And do you know what he said? They came for the socialist. I did not speak because I was not a socialist. They came for the trade unionist. I did not speak because I was not a trade unionist. They came for the Jews. I did not speak because I was not a Jew. But finally, they came for me, and there was nobody to speak for me. Do you want to be in the same position? Do you want to be caught up in a mess and there is nobody to speak for you because you ignored while everyone was perishing and you felt like it was none of your business? Please don't be counted among those people. Join in and let us speak about this situation, because it continues to eat our society up. And tonight, back to our topic, depression and mental health. Let us not continue blinding ourselves from the reality, things that we can see. Today, a lot is happening in our society. Yesterday, a mother killed the children. Today, a son killed the father. The previous day, a man had committed suicide. And we don't know about tomorrow. Let us not wait for the bad news of tomorrow so that we can act. We have seen enough of this. What does depression do? It does a lot of things. But for today, I will talk about the hopelessness that comes along with it. I will talk about the worthlessness that comes along with it. And probably this hopelessness is caused by a certain situation. Some could be traumatic experiences. Some could be expectations that have been cut short. Probably, you could be expecting to finish school, get a good employment. This doesn't happen. You start feeling hopeless, and the only thing you want to resort to is substance abuse, drug addiction, and you continue to ruin your life slowly by slowly, just trying to seek for solace from the wrong places. As a society, what are we doing? Most of the people today, all they do is condemn. They condemn and condemn when people are going through these situations, not really taking it seriously. And sometimes people say that, they're wasting their lives. They don't care about others. You don't know that they're going through depression. You don't know that it's hopelessness that is sunk inside their hearts and minds. The thought patterns that are in these people is always negative. They have no hope of tomorrow. They don't feel like things will ever change. So what do they care anyway? If this is what I'm going to be for the rest of my life, what do I care? Let me just drink. Let me just smoke wherever. Let me just inject myself with whatever. I don't care. And these drugs are expensive. So they will spend all the money they have and the little they get. And now we hear of situations where some people even start selling properties, family properties. They start to steal, And in the end, these people don't seek alone. They affect their families. They affect the society. But the society continues to ignore these matters. Tonight, I am here to tell you that as the society, it is upon us to take up this responsibility and start this conversation, start telling these people the truth, bring the people together. Understand that life is not as easy as probably was in those 19th century when people finished school and they got good jobs and that was it. Economy was better. Today, you know that you have to deal with a lot more. And many people are not in a situation that they can handle it. As families, as leaders, as the church, as the schools, every part of the society, let us come together and look for a way that we can grow together, encouraging one another, giving each other hope, looking at how, instead of condemning, we are going to help these people out of the pit that they are getting into. And guess what? This pit that they're getting into, they don't sink alone. Let me insist on this. They sink with others. You don't know who it is tomorrow. Don't ignore. They may not go for their family members. They might go for a community, for their neighbors. They might go for the society, and that society could be you. What will you say? What will people say? Let's not ignore, guys. Like I told you before, mine is from the biblical background. And this is because I know that God is overall. And every question that anybody has is in that Bible. The word of God is God himself. In the book of 1 Thessalonians, chapter 5 and verse 11, it says, therefore encourage one another and build each other up, just as you are doing. Don't get tired of encouraging one another. Don't get tired of building each other up. Don't just focus on yourself. Don't think that it's not your business. No. Please do what I'm doing. Talk to somebody. Encourage them. Use any platform that you have. And in the book of Galatians 6:2, as I wind up, it says, bear one another's burden, so you may fulfill the law of Christ. And did you know that smiling takes less energy than being sad? Keep smiling.